What's up everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video I'm building a cute little house in the world of Tartosa, which is of course the world that came with the Wedding Stories stuff pack or game pack. It's a game pack, yeah. I always want to call it my first wedding stuff, which makes no sense. That's not what that is not what it's called at all, but that's just where my brain goes. I don't know why. I do believe it's called My Wedding Stories though, right? I think I got that right. Yeah, I think I did. Anyway, the wedding pack, essentially. That's what we're building today. And I actually had so much fun. It has been so long since I've built in the world of Tartosa, and I just really felt like going back here. And I really wanted to build a cute Mediterranean inspired house, so that's what we're doing. I was working off of a reference photo that I found on Pinterest, and I didn't necessarily copy it like exactly, but I did, like, it's close, like shape-wise, it's close. I just really enjoyed the simple shape of the house. It's really quite simple, as you can see, and I tried to make it look more interesting by adding some porches and adding like some terrain tool as well. As you can see, I was playing around with that a little bit, so the house is a little bit like elevated, which I always think looks super interesting, and I think it's just really cute, and it adds some little, like, some detail to the build in general. So that is what I did. We have a little bean pond out front. For some reason, the ponds, whenever I create ponds, they always end up looking like beans. I don't know why, but again, this pond also looks like a bean. So we have a tiny pond. I at first wanted to do a pool because the reference photo, or like the render of the house that I was looking at, had a pool out front, which I thought was really cute, but this lot is so small. It just didn't really make a lot of sense to have a very angular pool. Like, I don't know, I should have done it differently. If I wanted a pool, I feel like I should not have done the terrain tool and like do something with foundations or platforms. I'm not really sure, but I should have done something a little bit differently. But for this, the way I did the house, I really like the pond, and this lot is surrounded by ocean. Unfortunately, you can't actually swim from here. I thought you could. As I was building this, I was like, I'm pretty sure you can swim in the water from here, but you actually can't. You have to go to the beach. There is a beach like down the road, which you can just travel to, and then you can swim there. So that's all good. But I really thought you could swim in the ocean from this lot too. But yeah, unfortunately you can't, but we can pretend. Like in real life, you would of course be able to swim. So that's kind of what I was pretending. And then, yeah, because this is in Tartosa, I feel like the weather would be nice pretty much the majority of the time. So I wanted there to be like nice porches. They're not huge, but compared to the house, there's definitely a lot of outdoor space. Like the house itself is pretty small. So yeah, we have some porches with, like, on one side we have like a little lounge area. On the other side we have a, I guess a little dining area off of the kitchen. And looking at this house, I'm not exactly sure what the front door would be. I feel like, to me, the area where the kitchen is gonna go, I feel like that is gonna be the front door, but really, you could use either door as the front door, because technically there are two like bifold doors. And yeah, one of those is going to be the front door. I'm not exactly sure which one, but it doesn't really matter. I feel like both work. So yeah, and for this one, I actually really tried to make it limited pack as well. And I'm not remembering from the top of my head what I used, but let's try to figure it out. I for sure used, of course, the wedding pack, my wedding stories. I used that, and I used For Rent. I know that for a fact as well. Then I used Jungle Adventure to go with that, and because, as you can see, I'm using these vines, it in the end wasn't even necessary because these vines are in the Tartosa debug as well. I did not realize that, but they're there. So I used Jungle Adventure for no reason. I'm so sorry about that, but it ended up having some more decorations that I was really happy to be using, like some plants and stuff that really fit the vibe too. So I was really happy about that as well. So yeah, so far the Tartosa pack, Jungle Adventure, For Rent, and then I used more. I think I used, did I use Book Nook? Maybe I used the Book Nook kit. I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to keep a close eye on what stuff I'm using for the inside of the house. But of course, as well, at the end of the speed build, we'll do a little tour in real time. I'll show you the build and I'll also show it to you on the gallery, and then we can see what packs I actually ended up using. But it wasn't too many, which was actually kind of good. Oh, and I used cats and dogs. I know that, I remember that now, because for the landscaping, I wanted to use rocks to kind of line the terrain tool, like the elevated terrain. I wanted to line that with rocks. And I accidentally used the cats and dogs rocks because for a second there, I was completely blanking on the fact that I was doing limited packs, and I just grabbed those rocks because they're my favorite rocks to like line elevated terrain with because it just really works nicely. But yeah, they're cats and dogs. So I used that too. And then I ended up actually putting in stuff for a cat. Since I was already using the pack, I thought, you know what, this family can have a cat. So I put in stuff for a kitty, which I think is going to be really cute for this house too. So I kind of just made the most of it in that sense. And yeah, the house actually ends up having two bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Yes, there's a bathroom upstairs and a bathroom downstairs too. And then there's 2 bedrooms, one main bedroom, I guess, for the parents or parent. And then the other bedroom is a shared teens room. I didn't really want to do kids. For some reason, this house didn't scream children or babies to me. I mean, of course, it works either way. Like you could just add some toys or create a nursery. Like it's definitely very cute. But as I was decorating it, I just didn't really feel like creating a kid's room or nursery or toddler's bedroom for that matter. So I decided to just put in some bunk beds and decorate it for 2 older kids or teenagers, if you will. Could even be it could even be young adults, you know, it could be either of those. You could even maybe rent out the room. That's also a possibility. Like you could have a single sim live here in this house, and then they can use the main bedroom, and then maybe you can rent out the other room and like have a roommate or something. That is definitely something you could do as well. But I was imagining a family of 2 parents and 2 teenagers. I think that would be cute, but I didn't really think of their storylines exactly. Like I'm not exactly sure what their personalities would be. I was mainly just vibing with this house as I was building it. I really wanted to do something here in Tortosa, like I said, because it had been so long and I am ready for summer and I want to go on vacation, and that's why I wanted to build something like in this style. And yeah, that's what I did. I think I only literally built once on this particular lot too. I think the first house I built when this pack first came out was on this lot because I just really liked the surrounding area for this lot. I like that it's essentially its own little island almost. I really, really liked that. I thought that was so cute. And it's a really small lot that is not too overwhelming. It's only 20 by 20, I believe. So it's the lot I used for my very first build when this pack first came out. And then I think after that, I never went back to it. I did do other builds in Tortosa, like on different lots, but not ever like this one again, I don't think. Or maybe I did 2. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not really remembering it. But yeah, it was really fun to be back here, and this lot just really makes me want to go on vacation. As I was still like working on the exterior and the landscaping and stuff, I was still unsure whether I wanted to make it maybe a vacation rental for your Sims, which could be really cute as well. But then I just got too carried away as I was decorating it. Like I got too carried away with all the clutter, and like, especially in the kitchen, I enjoyed that so much. And that was like, it was just too cluttered. I was like, this makes no sense to have it be a rental. I feel like for vacation rentals, stuff would be less decorated. It'd be less personalized. Like there wouldn't be as many little things lying around. Or maybe if you're staying here for like weeks on end, then maybe it'd be cluttered at some point. But that wasn't really the vibe I was going for. I just thought that this would be like a cozy, cute family of 4 Sims and a cat, or maybe 2 cats even. That could work too. I think that would really fit the vibe here. But yeah, as you can see here, we're working on the pond, and I really wanted the landscaping to be very lush and overgrown. And I was really enjoying the pathing here too, like the pathways. I thought that was super cozy. And next to the house up the hill, we have that tiny area where I placed a couple of planter pots so you could do some gardening up there. But yeah, this is only a 20 by 20 lot and the house takes up most of the space. So I didn't really have a lot of space for like outdoor activities or anything, but I did manage to put in, like I said, the little gardening area on the side of the house. We have a picnic bench, which is not necessarily an activity, of course, but I did place a grill by it later too. I think that's not actually in the speed build because I realized that I wanted to place a grill as I was doing the kitchen, and then I think I cut that part out. But yeah, there's a grill outside as well. And I wanted there to be lots of outdoor living, like I said. So here on this front porch, which this is what I was imagining to be the front door section. I mean, realistically, both areas don't really make sense to be the front door, but I feel like this one makes the most sense because it's the most, like, the more spacious porch, if you will. So I feel like that makes the most sense. But yeah, here we have a small dining table with 4 seats. It's really the main dining table. There is a small dining table in the kitchen too, but it's only a 2-seater. So yeah, for the whole family to sit and eat together, they would have to sit outside here. And then the other porch is off of the living room. So I decided to like basically extend the lounge area by putting some outdoor lounge furniture as well. I really like this love seat that I'm using. This love seat actually came with the wedding pack and I never use it, but it's really cute. I love the pattern on it and it goes really nicely with the for rent chair that you can see I'm using. I feel like the Tartosa pack goes nicely with the for rent pack in general. Like the styles kind of complement each other. The swatches kind of complement each other. So that was nice to like use this stuff together and really focus on how that works. And I think it actually turned out really nice. But yeah, I was trying to make it look very lush with lots of plants everywhere. I don't know. There's something about Tartosa that I really enjoy it. It's so inspiring to me. I really have to be in the mood to build something Mediterranean inspired. It doesn't always come naturally to me, but when I do feel inspired to do it, like I have so much fun with it. And then especially here, this kitchen is so fun. I don't know why. I feel like I just really enjoy this terracotta tiling on the floor, like the orange flooring. It adds so much warmth and colorfulness, and I was also trying to make this build look a little bit on the outdated side of things. I wanted it to look like a little bit of an older house, as you can maybe already tell, because I put a lot of like stains and like scratches and things on the outside of the house, like on the exterior. And I did that on the inside too. Lately, I've been having a little bit too much fun with the mold-ish stains that came in the for rent pack. I don't know, to me, they're fun. And as I was building, like I was building this house on stream on Twitch, and we were saying that it's a cozy mold house. I'm in my cozy mold era, so that's what we're calling it. And I've been using a little bit too much of that cozy mold, if you will, but I just really like it. It feels so realistic to me. And in The Sims, I've talked about this before, but like for some reason in The Sims, older houses that are outdated and not as nice and definitely very imperfect and that need some TLC and a good renovation, they're just the most fun for me to do. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's realistic. Maybe it's because it's just cozy, I guess. There's no other word for it, and I just really enjoy it. Like the mismatched wood tones, the somewhat mismatched colors, the crammed little spaces where you can really tell that it's like the furniture situation isn't ideal, but it's what we have. So it just like, it makes it feel cozy in that sense. And that's definitely the whole vibe that I was going for this house as well. Oh, and then I came across this umbrella that I thought was so cool. It's an umbrella that came in the debug menu with the for rent pack, and I've never seen it before. I think it's part of the night market that's in the for rent world. What is that world called? I cannot think of the name to save my life at the moment. Tomarang is what it is. Yes, I think that's what it's called, Tomarang. There's a night market there, and it's actually really cute. And I think that colorful umbrella came with that, or is like used in that area of the world, like in debug or in live edit. And I came across it and I thought it was perfect. It just adds the perfect little touch of color, I feel like, to the exterior. So I added that yellow umbrella. I just merged it into the table. I also actually completely play tested this build and everything is functional. I did have to completely swap around the layout in the shared teens bedroom because the way I placed the bunk beds, the top bunk was not accessible. So I actually had to swap around the furniture in there, but you can't see that in the speed build, but I'll obviously give you a little tour at the end of the video and then I'll show you. But here we have the living room, and as I was saying, I really wanted to try and make it look a little crammed, like it's just like some furniture like put together and it's not ideal and it doesn't all go together, but it's fun and it works and it looks cute. That's essentially what I was going for here. And as much as I love the kitchen, I think the kitchen's my favorite room in this house, but then I also just really enjoy this living room space, like the way it's laid out with a little TV on the awkward side table and then the bookcase next to it. I don't know why, but it makes me happy. And also what I really like is the green windows from the for rent. Like that dark green color is so pretty. And you can see that the shutters also look kind of distressed and they could use a paint job. And that is actually perfect for the entire vibe that I was going for this house. I guess this is my fixer-upper week because late last week on Sunday, I actually uploaded my fixer-upper speed build. And now this one, so I feel like it's all, I'm in my fixer-upper cozy mold era, is I guess what we're gonna call it. And then here behind the couch, I have a couple of these tables that I was able to clutter up with just like a bunch of flowers and knickknacks and a little jar and some books. And yeah, it just looks very lived in. As you can tell at this point, it's a little bit too cluttered for it to be a rental, for it to make sense that way. And yeah, here I'm just going crazy with my stains and little random art pieces. And also, I really like this rug. This rug came with the For Rent expansion pack. I haven't used it in a few weeks now, or in a little bit, and I actually really like it. The colors are really nice. This is by far my favorite swatch. The blue and yellow, the soft colors are just really, really nice. But as I'm watching this come together, I think that I can safely say that I used For Rent, Cats and Dogs, Jungle Adventure, the wedding pack. I think that's it. Oh God, I'm not sure. I wish I was sure, but like I said, I will show you at the end of the video when we look at it in the gallery. But I think that's it. Here downstairs, I also put a desk because I didn't really have the space for like an office or like, just a separate study or something. So I decided to put a little computer desk here. We have a nice big bookcase in the awkward open area next to this staircase here. I was able to fill that up with a bookcase, which actually worked out nicely. It looks very nice and built in that way. And yeah, so we have a nice cluttered up desk there, and I actually managed to, I managed to remember a clock for some reason. I've been really enjoying putting clocks in my builds lately. I used to never do that. For years, like I haven't used clocks because I just keep forgetting that they actually exist in the game. But lately I have been all about the clocks. I'm like, I see an empty piece of wall and I'm like, let's put a clock. It's something I've been doing lately, and it made me realize that we definitely need more clocks in the game because the clock selection is pretty sad. I can't lie. So justice for clocks, we need more clocks. And then downstairs here, I also put in a little easel because I thought that would be a cute hobby space. I was looking at this space, like where we have the easel and the desk. And when it was empty, I was like, what am I gonna put here? Like, it looks a little awkward and empty, but it's nice for Sims to have some space for routing too. So I didn't want to fill it up completely, but I feel like the easel was a nice touch. Like, it makes the space a little bit more functional that way. And then here downstairs we have, it's actually a half bath. For a second I thought this was going to be a full bath, but no, we have a little half bathroom downstairs and then a full bathroom upstairs for all 4 Sims to use. But I feel like the half bath and the full bath is actually enough for 4 Sims. As long as you have 2 toilets, I feel like you should be fine. The shower might sometimes be a little bit annoying to only have one of those for 4 Sims, but it's not like impossible to play that way. Like, it's definitely doable. It's just going to be a little bit of a hassle sometimes. But here we have the main bedroom of the house, and it's actually kind of small, but I was able to put a nice double bed here. I really like this bed. It's from the Cats and Dogs expansion pack, and I don't use the 4-poster beds very often, but I really, really like the bedding for this one. Like, the colors are just so pretty. And it was exactly what I was looking for because, as you can tell already, probably I was trying to make this house nice and colorful and mismatched in that sense. But yeah, still very cozy. So that's what I did, and I actually decided to go for the matching dresser. I really like this wood tone, this lighter orangey, warm wood tone. I felt like that looked really nice with the floorboards that I'm using. These floorboards are from Jungle Adventure. I decided to not continue the terracotta tiles upstairs. I know that would maybe make more sense, but I don't know. I just felt like doing something different for the rooms upstairs. So I decided to put in wood floors here, and these Jungle Adventure wood floors actually like go so well with this Mediterranean style of build. I just feel like it looks really nice. And then, yeah, I just cluttered it up a little bit. I didn't really have a lot of space in here, so I placed a dresser and then just some decorations and some bathrobes on the wall as well. And then here we have the second bedroom, which is actually pretty small to be a shared bedroom. But since we have bunk beds in the game these days, I was like, let's go ahead and just make the most of the space, fit as many Sims as possible into this little house. But apparently, when you put the bunk beds this way, like when you put the lower bunk on this angle, you can't actually place a nightstand next to it because that blocks the ladder from being accessible, which I think is a little bit annoying, and I don't really understand why, because why wouldn't you be able, like, it's not even directly behind the ladder. If there was something behind the ladder, I would kind of understand it, but it's next to the little square behind the ladder. So I don't understand why that blocks. It's a little bit annoying, but I actually ended up just putting the bed directly under the top bunk, if that makes sense. And then I just shuffled around the layout a little bit here, but it's not too much of a difference, but I'll show you at the end of the video, of course, when we go into the game and I give you a little tour. But I was trying to make this room for teenagers, so I put in a couple of like school like backpacks and stuff. I also put in a guitar because I thought that would be a nice additional skill building item, but for the rest, it's a pretty generic bedroom. It doesn't have to be for teenagers. And then here upstairs, we also have a full bathroom, like I said, and I remember to put a litter box. There is a litter box on the landing. I had the perfect little free square to put a litter box, so I thought, let's put it right there, and it actually makes sense, so that's nice. And then here, yeah, we just have the full bathroom. It's nothing special, it's nothing crazy, but it's functional. It's just my favorite bathroom layout, and yeah, that should be functional. And then I just placed a couple of loungers outside as well under the beautiful olive tree. I love that olive tree. It's so beautiful. But that's essentially it for this build. So let's jump into the game and I'll show you the build in real time. So here we have the house in the game. Isn't this such a dreamy location? Imagine living on this little island situation. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's so nice. And like I said, I wish that you could actually swim here, but you can't. It looks like you should be able to, but you're not able to. But thankfully there's a beach down here where I think you can even just like go there. Yeah, this isn't even a lot, so you can just like travel. You don't even have to travel to this. You can just kind of walk here. So that's nice. So you can actually do some swimming here. So it's not too far from the house. Maybe purchase a bicycle for your sim and then it shouldn't be too much of an issue. But yeah, back to the house. This is the front. We have the little bean pond going on over here. There is a picnic table and this cute grill. This is where I placed the mailbox, and then I do think that I would use this as the front door, though the mailbox is over here, so maybe it would make more sense to use this as the front door. I'm not exactly sure. I feel like either kind of works in its own way. But we have a little pathway going on here, and back here are some planter boxes. Your sim is able to get up here. I did play test everything. So your sims can go up here. They can use these planters, which is nice. There is a small porch over here with a fun, colorful dining table, and this is where I hid the outdoor trash can as well. Also in the back here, we have a lot of vines, and as I was building this on stream, chat was pointing out to me that this looks like a balloon animal, and I feel like I had to tell you that, so now you can't unsee it. You're welcome. So going inside, this is where we have the kitchen. And like I said, I feel like the kitchen's is my favorite room of this house. It's super cluttered and there's just cabinets everywhere. Oh, what is this? It looks like my sim made some grilled cheese. Oh, it's spoiled. That's so sad. Oh, it's because I was playtesting it, of course. Well, goodbye, grilled cheese. There is this nice dining table that's kind of merged with the countertops here. I thought that was like a fun feature. Looks like a pull-out table, you know? There's also a food bowl for the cat here and just a bunch of clutter. Then over here is a tiny hallway where we have a bookcase, and there's a half bathroom over here and also a cozy little cat tree in the corner. Then through here is the living room space, and I really like this area as well. They have a small TV. Lately I've been obsessed with using this TV, which makes no sense because it looks like a 90s TV, but I don't know, it fits the vibes of my builds recently, so that's why I've been using it. There's a beautiful couch back here, and we have some knickknacks here, some artworks. Back here is a cozy cat corner. There is an easel over here, and of course a computer desk. I went a little bit overboard with the stains and the mold, but you know, cozy mold. And then off of the living room here, we of course have this porch as well with an additional lounge area and also a tiny two-seater dining table. Going upstairs, we have the tiniest landing. There is a litter box in the corner and a full bath over here, which is also nice and colorful. I actually really like this bathroom. It's super simple, but I just like the colors. Then over here is the main bedroom. Really like this bed and the amount of color that it brings into the space. It's so fun. It really sets the tone. And then over here is a nice dresser, some plants in the corner, and it's all nice and functional, of course. And then next to the main bedroom here is the shared teens room. And as you can see, I had to shuffle around this layout a little bit. So we just have regular bunk beds now with a nightstand, and I put the chair next to the nightstand. And instead I just put a little plant here and a little backpack, but they have a desk in here. It's a very generic shared bedroom, but it works. But that is basically it for this build. So this cozy Mediterranean home is up on the gallery, and it looks like I was right. This build only uses For Rent, Cats and Dogs, My Wedding Stories, Jungle Adventure, and Desert Luxe. Oh, that's the one I forgot. Okay, it uses Desert Luxe. Of course, because I use those bifold doors. You were probably yelling at me when I was talking about the packs in the speed build, but yeah. Desert Luxe is the one I used. Well, there you go. It's nice and limited pack. The house comes in at just over 73,000 simoleons, which is not cheap, but I guess that's okay. It has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, and I built it on a 20 by 20 in the world of Tartosa. So if you want to place it in your game, then that is where it goes. But that's gonna do it for today's video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can obviously go ahead and download it off the gallery. Like I just showed you, my username on the gallery is Simmary Sims. You can also follow me on Instagram and on TikTok if you like. My username on there is Simmary Sims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so, and if you'd like to get notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/Simmary Sims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!